welcome back to Formula Fiend. Let's get right into it. So I actually think Max wasn't in the wrong. The thing with Max and being competitive in general is when you're competitive, people often mistake that for like you being a sore loser or for you being like entitled or a diva. And I'm not like the biggest Max fan. Like I've always said, if I didn't hate him, I would love him. But this year, I'm starting to like Max more and more because of what he's doing on track with the car that he has and like his demeanor. He's been kind of like the same driver as he was in 2021, and I'm a Lewis fan. So obviously, back in 2021, I was not a big Max fan at all. But this year, I'm seeing that like he is a better driver than what I thought he was. I know he was good. Obviously, he's keeping up with the greats, but I think that by him being a young driver back then, with him having a great car, I thought it was more so the car than it was him. And then 22, 23, and a little bit of 24 didn't really help that. But this year, I'm really seeing that Max really is him. Like, he really is that kind of driver that is one of, like, the top 3, top 4 best drivers of all time, in my personal opinion. So when I see him do stuff what he did, when I see him do stuff like what he did to George in Barcelona, I don't have a problem with it because, number one, Charles hit him. Well, they kind of hit each other, but Charles was drifting, Max was drifting, so that kind of threw him off. His team put him on hard tires. No excuses with that. That wasn't a good decision, in my opinion. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but I feel like hard tires on a restart is never a good decision. Just leave him out on his soft tires. So he gets hit by Charles. Then he's trying to fight for position on tires with no grip. Then he gets hit by George, has to take the long way around, off track, rejoins track. His team tells him to get the position back up, a position that he shouldn't even have to be in because they put him on hard tires. Then he takes matters into his own hands and then lets George by, but then hits him. He tapped him a little bit. It wasn't that much of a big incident to me. Like, I understand, like, you don't want to have the sport turn into NASCAR or IndyCar where people are just hitting everybody. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, it wasn't even that crazy. Like, it ain't like he hit him. And number two, it's like, it's Max. Like, what are you going to expect from Max? Like, and I'm not excusing his behavior. It was wrong. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not upset about it like everybody's upset about it. Like, people are like all up in arms, like, oh, I can't believe Max used his car to hit another driver. It's like, bro, relax. Like, it's not that deep. And I feel like people should just relax on the whole situation because it's not like he's going to do it every race. There's drivers that collide with other drivers all the time, maybe not on purpose or as visibly on purpose or deliberate as Max did with George, but it happens all the time. And you don't want it to happen because it is kind of messed up. But like when it comes to like sportsmanship and all of that, like nice, be on track, be more gentlemanlike on track. It's like, bro, we're playing a sport, or they're doing a sport, not playing per se, but they're doing a sport that requires a lot of mental focus. And at the very end of the race, if my team holds me and tells me to give my position back up to the driver I hate the most on the grid, stuff like that's going to happen. So I'm not even really mad at Max. It is what it is. I see why he did it, and it makes sense why he did it. He just can't do it, bro. Like, and low-key, if he gets a race ban, I feel like he should just get it done and dust it with. Like, just get an extra point, bro. Get the race ban and start fresh. Because if you look back at half of his points for his penalty points, like most of them I feel like are on Lando. So it's like, you're not fighting Lando like that no more. I mean, you are, but you're not. Because you're not really in the championship race where I forgot how many rounds we're in right now, but we're not even halfway through the season. He could come back, but the pace that Oscar and Lando are at right now, unless something crazy just happens where like they have a Red Bull 2024 season where like they start strong and just fall off out of nowhere, I don't see them ever losing to Max. So I think Oscar's going to win. Not obviously, but I feel like Oscar has the fortitude and like the actual skill to win. Where Lando could be up and down with his performance weekend to weekend. So I feel like Oscar is going to be the one that ends up being the championship the champion at the end of the season with the championship. But, time will tell. We'll see. And however many rounds left. But y'all got to relax on Max. And I would never thought that I would be the one telling everybody to relax on Max. But, like, it ain't that deep. Like, genuinely, it's not that deep. It ain't like they were going that fast. It was like a little bump. It wasn't like they was on like the straight in Mexico or like in Azerbaijan and like he hit him in like the end of the straight. It's like, relax, bro. Like they weren't going that fast. And he tapped him a little bit, but so did Seb. Like we acting like Seb didn't hit Lewis with his car. I mean, they were going 2 different speeds, but at the same time, hitting somebody with your car is hitting somebody with your car. Like if you're not going that fast and no one gets hurt, it's like, all right, bro, like, it's not good for the sport, but at the same time, let the stewards handle it, 10 seconds, and then let it go. It is what it is. So, those are my thoughts and opinions on what Max did. Some people are going to agree, some are not. Either way, it's in the past now, and it's not like you're going to become a steward and start governing the sport of Formula One. So, a lot of people talking from their couch, talking about Max this, Max that. He should be getting this. Or he shouldn't be getting, like, bro, just relax on all of it. Because, like, one thing with, like, refereeing, I've never understood with niggas who argue with refs. Because once the call is made, unless you're in the NBA now where you can challenge it or NFL where you can challenge it, I'm not too sure if soccer can challenge it or not. I don't watch soccer. But unless you can start challenging plays and calls, if it's, like, a common foul, nigga, just relax. Like, let it go and keep it pushing. Like, it's not going to be a big deal unless you make it a big deal. Just keep your head down, keep focused, and finish the job. Like, it's not that big of a situation in my opinion. So, yeah. But it is the Canadian Grand Prix this weekend. We're in Montreal. Shout out to everybody who's French in Montreal. Shout out to Montreal. I actually like Canada. When it's not raining, it's a better race. I feel like it's not a good race when it's raining. It's only one dry line, if there is a dry line, and it's a very dull race sometimes. Even though I feel like last year, Canadian's Grand Prix was the best race of last year. Like, by far. Like, not even close in my eyes. Not even, like, there was no other race that gave me that thrill of, like, true Formula One that, like, we all tune in every Sunday to watch, that you get in, like, your soul and your core, in your veins. No race does it like what you saw this year in Australia or you saw last year in Canada. Those 2 races, in my opinion, are just what we all long for. Not like carnage and like people crashing all the time, but just like hard battles, a little wet weather, throw a wrench in everything, could throw things off. You have 2 McLaren sliding off in Australia. Last year, Canadian's Grand Prix was crazy. I just feel like when you have a race like that and when it's unknown variables left and right, that's what makes Formula One. And that's what has fans on the edge of their seat looking to see what happens. Not someone driving 30 seconds in the league. I mean, not in the league. 30 seconds in the lead and everybody else is just like putting around Monaco or putting around Imola, which I am so glad Imola is gone. Oh my God. Oh, like I can't even express to you how happy I am Imola is gone. Imola is not a good track, and we should never go back there again. Like, I don't care about the heritage. I don't care about all that history. Nigga, who dead it? Imola is a garbage track. It's too narrow. The cars are too big. You lucky this year was actually a good race. Like, this year's Imola Grand Prix was the best Imola Grand Prix I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, I was tuning in for practice, and I was so surprised to even see the sun in Imola. I don't even think I watched a race since I've been watching Formula One where I saw the sun in Imola. Like, it's never a good race. It's never nice weather. It's always rainy. There's always one dry line. It's never an exciting race. It's just very processional every single year. This year was actually a good race. Lewis finished, P4? That was a solid. I can't believe I'm even getting happy over a P4 finish from my favorite driver, because if it ain't P1, P2, I really don't even care. Like, it might as well be P18, And I feel Lewis feels the same way. But I'm rambling. I'm glad Imola's gone. All we got to do is get rid of Monaco now. Who cares? It's not that good of a race. And as far as like the heritage and everything, let heritage be heritage. I feel like the more and more we get racing at these classic tracks or like these heritage tracks, the more and more you ruin the heritage of the track. It's like you creating, like, you know how like Fast Five, well not Fast Five, like Fast and the Furious, like the whole series, they're on like 10 movies now. Like after, I'll say 5, it started going downhill. The more and more you make, or like you try to force something that used to be classic or used to be special, the more and more unspecial it gets. So if you keep trying to force this track and this race down people's throats as like the crown jewel of Formula One that we all care about, that we all cherish, it's like, but we all don't care about it. We all don't cherish it because we all notice that this is a bad race. And this year they did the whole 2-stop thing, didn't help, still trash, still boring, still rather take a nap than watch Monaco. It's just not a good race. Like, if you're going to use Monaco for anything, use it as like, not an all-star race, but just do it as like a qualifying race for, just for like the vibes, like a rally car type of thing where like there's different rounds of qualifying or whatever you want to call it to make it more exciting. But as far as like watching 20 cars get crammed into like the small streets of Monaco for us to watch a Formula One race, is like, it's not entertaining, it's not good for the sport, and it's not good for what Monaco is, because I feel like at one point in time it was special, but I feel like less and less, or well, more and more every year, it becomes less and less special. So for Monaco's sake and for our sake, just get it off the calendar. Like, we don't need it. Like, the drivers don't like it. The only reason why they kind of may like Monaco because they get to go home directly after, because they all live in Monaco regardless. So it's like the shortest commute to and from work they get all year. But outside of that, it's just not a good race, and we should never go back there again. And I don't care if they renewed it for however many years. Like, it's getting to the point now, I'm going to watch on Saturdays, but I'm not even going to waste my time on Sunday. Like, just give me like the recap. I'm not about to spend 2.5 hours of my Sunday watching 20 cars go around in circles, and 15 of them are getting pushed back further and further by one nigga who don't want to go. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we really doing? But back to Canada. It's going to be a good race this year. Again, hopefully. It's been pouring down raining for the past couple of days in Canada, but hopefully the weather this year, I didn't look on the forecast, but hopefully the weather this year is more stable. Like, there's not like crazy rain to the point where the FIA says we can't race or we can't go on wet tires. But at the same time, a little drizzle here and there, you know, just to mix things up, spice it up a little bit, would be a vibe, would be nice to see, because I like Canada. And I'm not too sure if y'all saw, but Lance Stroll is set to come back this year. I mean, not this year, this race. Didn't really care, but I feel like maybe I'm not too informed on what his predicament is with his hand. But why are you coming back now? It's like skipping one race is not going to fix your hand, because if he had surgery in his hand and the doc didn't do a good job or whatever happened, didn't go well in his hand, and now his hand hurts again, why come back so early to damage your hand more? So it's like, bro, like, I like Canada. It's a great race. It's a great track, in my opinion. So shout out to all my Canadians. When it comes to the rest of the season, I could make a prediction, but like, we all know who's going to win every single race. Now, maybe Ferrari may like rock up and have a good race this year or this weekend. I don't see it happening per se, because with Ferrari, it's like, it's really hit or miss, and a good race for them is on the podium, but I don't see them out qualifying anybody on the grid anytime soon. It seems like this year qualifying is such an important deal because all the vehicles or all the cars, all the teams are so close that if you don't qualify well, you're going to be stuck in your position for the most part. You're not going to be able to overtake because we don't have the performance or the car to overtake many people. because everybody is so good and so close at this point in the regulation. So if you don't outperform Oscar, Lando, or Max on Saturday, bro, like, what are we talking about? Like, you're not just going to magically have a great Sunday and your car is going to be on 10 and just going to pass everybody. Those days of just, like, having a bad qualifying and then having great Sundays are over. Like, you're going to have to really have a full weekend from Friday to Saturday to Saturday to Sunday. Everything has to come together and work, because if you don't have a good Friday or a good Saturday, Sunday is not going to be any better. So the moment you get out the car on Saturday and you feel like you don't have the pace, for the most part, for every team, that's your pace and you're not getting any better for the whole weekend. So I don't think Ferrari is going to win many races this year, if any at all. And if they do, it's going to be on like some fluky George Russell type wins. You know, like niggas take each other out, 10-second penalties, whatever it may be. But it ain't going to be off pure pace unless they just come like on a different type of time one weekend and like their car is just perfect and everybody else just kind of drops the ball. But outside of that, I don't see the Canadian Grand Prix being that weekend for them where they come on 10 and McLaren's on 8 and Red Bull's on 7. Like, I don't see that happening. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see, all in due time. But every race this year, I feel like it's going to be won by either Oscar, Max, or Lando. So we'll be lucky to get like a P3 here and there, a P4 here and there. But I don't have my hopes up for this season. And really, I really don't care. If we can iron out all the things that need to be ironed out that are like fundamental, then the car itself, I have faith in everybody in the factory is going to build a good car eventually. They make decent cars, and we're still second in the constructors, which you let me know how that happened. I mean, we all know. I mean, Kimi, DNF, 2 races in a row, and Mercedes have taken like a little downturn. But being P2 is not what I expected, and it's not what anybody else expected either, based on our form this year so far. So like, we're really in a good spot because we P2, we still gonna get money for that. We still gonna have a good car. We have 2 of the best drivers on the grid outside of Max and Oscar. So it's like, we really in a good spot. Like, we really not down bad for real. Like, we could be better, but the car is bad this year. But as long as we get everything else ironed out, like the communication, the actual structure of the team, the car gonna take care of itself. As long as you give As long as you give Charles and Lewis a decent enough car to where like they can fight for a championship in the new regulation, they gonna get the championship. Like, I don't think Max was that good in 22 to where he just easily beat Charles. I feel like Charles beat himself in a way. Like, he could have won that championship if he was a little bit more poised in the car and not crashing in France and doing stuff and like hitting curves or spinning out in Imola that one year. Like, if he like kind of ironed out those little mistakes, he would have been a lot closer to actually fighting Max for the championship that year. And I don't think Lewis given the car would make those same mistakes. I don't think Charles given the car would do those same mistakes ever again either, because he's older now, more poised as a driver. He's still going to give it all during qualifying, because that's what we love about Charles. Like, he gives it everything in qualifying. But during the race, I don't think he tries to go for it as much as he used to. He still tries to win a lot. Every race, like, he has a winning mentality. But I don't think he's going to go over that ledge of what the car can actually do to hurt the team or hurt himself more than what he would possibly gain. If that makes sense. I really believe that this year just needs to be a foundational, like, breakout year as far as, like, getting everything in the factory, like, getting the overall chemistry together. And then once we get that, I have faith that the engineers who actually built the car are going to do a decent enough job to build a car in 2026. And then the engine guys, I mean, Ferrari makes great engines regardless. With their road cars, it can't be that much different. I know it is, but it can't be that much different. Like, y'all make great engines. Y'all do that. And so does Mercedes. So I feel like Ferrari and Mercedes are going to be like the 2 best engines next year. Honda may be all right. Who knows? who cares? But I feel like Ferrari can do it. I think the overall engine regulation itself is going to be a struggle for everybody. But if anybody does come out with a great engine, it's going to be Mercedes or Ferrari. And hopefully it's us. Hopefully it's Ferrari. So that's my thoughts on Canada. It's going to be a good weekend. I just wanted to get a quick video out talking about what I've seen the past couple weeks. I know I haven't been uploading like I want to, but, nonetheless, we're back in front of the camera. Looking for a good weekend. And, yeah, I'm going to catch y'all later.